We are back here at Hales Church Cemetery, and at night. This will be a part 2 of the day investigation that I did here. And I am here with Donna,
Hey.
and Jonathan. And y'all know John is already out there. So let's see what we can catch. It's a full moon. We're in Georgia. I hope we only catch spirits. Peace. Various rumors have been portrayed over the years about satanic rituals taking place at the church. The body of a boy was found in 1980 somewhere on the church grounds as a result of a cult killing. At times, beer bottles and evidence of activity occurring around the woods and the baptism pool. There was an article written by AJC about a firebombing performed by Michael Douglas Priest, Jr. in the 1990s. Per the article, he and his friends were trying to punish Jack Howard Potts. He's the one that kidnapped and killed Michael's father 16 years previous. Plus, to strike out at the local Satanists and their site for worship, vandalism continued to occur periodically at the church in the church cemetery up through 2009. 6 teenagers were arrested Thursday in connection with recent vandalism that caused an estimated $100,000 in damage to a Cherokee church that had been the target of teen vandals in the past, authorities say. New Hightower Baptist Church on Shoals Creek Road in Canton, which is reputed by some to be a haunted church, was vandalized on March 27th and again on April 3rd, Cherokee Sheriff Major Ron Hutton said Friday. The offenders damaged some 40 tombstones and burglarized the church. He said the suspects burned church hymnals inside the building and damaged the air duct system of the church. Michael Douglas Priest, Jr., 18, claimed he was trying to avenge his father's murder by burning down the church, and was later sentenced to 90 days in a boot camp style prison and 10 years probation. Visitors to the church have said they have heard music, which is believed to be organ music, being played within the church. They sometimes see figures and lights moving around in the church and on grounds when no one is supposed to be there. Also, people claim to feel a negative presence and to see orbs in the pictures taken on the property. A lot of them believe it centers around a hanging tree that sits along the edge of the graveyard, which is said to be where people were hung previously. Supposedly, it's their imagination that has run wild after they started hearing music late at night and seeing eyes in the windows. Someone had started the story of an old homeless man had taken residence in the woods and the church, and he was making noises to try to scare people off, instead of having the intent effect of creating more solitude for himself. The rumors about the church being haunted promoted more visitors. Murders, hangings, occult activities, and vandalism. Previously and once known as New Hightower Baptist Church, is a rare and beautiful gem in a small Georgia town. There's a calmness and serenity about it, and, and the area around it has a timelessness associated to it. Previously, horse-drawn buggies carried its members from the church and down the beautiful wooded path to the creek to be baptized. A new baptism pool has been created in the meantime, but it doesn't take away from the agelessness and beauty of the meandering creek with the wildflowers perched along its banks. Now dubbed the most haunted church in America. Dare to visit? I got this REM pod sitting here at the beginning, close to the car, and I've got a cat ball set up right here. I hear a car. We don't mean any disrespect for being here. I hope you will talk to us this time. My name is Cindy. That's Donna, Jonathan, and John's over there. We just want to communicate with you. We don't mean to disrespect you. We're not here to vandalize or do any kind of harm. If we could contact the little boy that got decapitated here, let us know your story. See if you can tell us what happened. You could just talk into our cameras. Turn my light up a little bit. They are surrounded by woods. I swore I heard somebody walking behind me, but they're way back there. Died in 1939 and 1951. Etta and Albert, or Alfred. Are you guys here? You got some pretty flowers on your tombstone. If you're here, will you touch that ball for me? It will light up pretty colors. Just to let me know that you're here. All you gotta do is just touch it, just like this right here. And it'll light up. Just to let me know that you're here. Can you do that for me? Well, it looked like it stopped and started back. Wait and let it stop. Now touch it. Then I'll know that it's you and it wasn't me. Can you touch it now? Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, my name is Cindy. I'm happy to meet you. Thank you. What was that? Did y'all hear that? Yeah. Well, my light went off. Can you do that for me again? I got distracted. I'm sorry. Can you touch the ball one more time? Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, anyway, like I was saying, my name is Cindy. This is Jonathan standing beside me.
Hello.
If you want to talk, thank you. If you want to talk, I have this device that you could talk through to let me know what you want to say. Would you like for me to turn that on for you? If you do, touch that ball again. It's not going to harm you in any way. Thank you. All right, I'll turn it on.
I'm going to sit down right here beside you. Is it okay if I sit here? If it is, touch that ball again. You can touch that ball if it's okay if I sit here. Am I too close to it? Do you want me to get up? If you want me to get up, touch that ball. Alright, I'll get up. I'm probably too close to it. But you do want to try to communicate through this with me, right? If you do, touch that ball. Did you leave me? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you or scare you. You can come back, please, so we can communicate. Look at that moon, y'all. It's so creepy, beautiful. Would you please come back and touch that ball for me so we can communicate? Just to let me know that you're here, that I didn't run you off. No one that's with me is going to harm you in any way or disrespect you. Etta, Alfred, are you here? I'm sorry if I ran you off. I would love for it if you came back and touched the ball for me. I guess whatever that noise was them leaving me.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were scared of trying to communicate with me. Okay, I'm going to move on then. Do you want me to go away? I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm sorry. If there's anyone out here that would like to communicate with me, please come over and speak into my camera as loud as possible. I don't know where this was or where it goes. Maybe in this. There you go. Are we in danger here? This is new territory for us. We're not from this state. But we read about you. What was that? Hello? I hope y'all heard that. And it's not none of them, they're way up there. Kind of like a hissing sound. Oh, yeah.
That's where that walk control is, so I don't know if
Yeah.
somebody's over there behind.
Well, I just heard a hissing sound. I'm sorry. I didn't know my my camera was going to shut off. There's an airplane going over. You okay, Jonathan? What was that? What is that? Y'all hear that, right? Do y'all hear that?
Yes, it sounds like a baby crying.
It does. I don't know what that is. But you're right, it sounds like a baby crying. I hope somebody's camera picked it up. Now it's gone.
It's coming from that way.
Oh my God, I just heard a growl.
That was thunder, baby.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, thunder.
All right, is there a baby here that might want to touch that ball? Let us know that you're here. Is that you crying? Just touch that ball. It makes pretty different color lights. I'm going to kind of stay close to somebody because I'm kind of freaked out. I mean, I know I hear the crickets and they're pretty loud, but if you listen beyond the crickets, you can hear stuff. I heard a hiss over there, like a growl hiss. I just heard a knock. Did you hear it?
You hear that knock?
Yeah. I mean, what is there to knock on? It was at 3 knocks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Miss Donna talking. She's got my other camera, night vision. If that was you knocking, can you knock again for me, please? Make it a little bit louder. Well, if anybody wants to communicate with us, you can communicate through this. The light. Are you close to that street light? Who's the most powerful spirit here? Well, I would like for the most powerful spirit here to do me a favor. And I heard that one of y'all can turn that street light off and then back on again. Can y'all do that for us? Just for our entertainment, please? We met some young men up here earlier, and they said that you turn the street light off for them. Can you do it again? It's him? Well, can you get him to do it for me? I don't believe that you can do it, actually, really. I would like for you to show me that you can, though. Because I just don't believe it. Oh, I seen a lightning bug back there. It scared me. I think, yeah. Well, thank you if you tried. Beck? Are we endangered by being here? Need help? Do we need to leave? Come on. Ahead. I hear a four-wheeler or something. Okay, well, thank you for talking to me. I don't like my hearing distracted, because you're hearing all kinds of stuff out here. I'm going to turn the spirit talker on. Thundering. No, I'm scared of snakes. Pretty grown up there. The grass is. That's why I hadn't went up. Excuse me. That's why I hadn't went up that way. Heard something down there. Ooh. That's all woods back there. I hate getting close to the woods. Is anybody here that wants to talk to me? You can get close enough to talk into my camera. I've had the spirit talker on there. I ain't even said one word yet. hear that thunder. It's late. We're in Georgia. They're an hour ahead of us. And I don't want to get caught in a thunderstorm on the interstate. This is creepy. I ain't gonna lie, I'm creeped out. So the story is, I said it in the first one, or Donna read it to y'all, but so that church right there is a newer church that was built in the 1990s. The older church that was built in 1886, was abandoned, I suppose, and it got vandalized. And then somebody burned. Sorry, my camera went off again. That little piece that's sitting on the side of, what the freak was that? What was that? Somebody threw a rock. What was it? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It was right by my feet. Sounded like electricity. It might have been rain. I see raindrops now. But I don't think it was that hard. That scared me. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Here, you need it. No. Well, we don't know how old they are when they go to heaven, or when they die. So anyway, what I was saying was, that little piece on the side over there is the piece of the old church. So when it was being vandalized in the old church, they were doing rituals out here, over here in this cemetery. People were. And they decapitated a young boy here in the ritual. And he's known to haunt this cemetery. Now, other than that, I really don't know why they called the old church Hell's Church. I don't know what they're congregating over there for. Ooh, spider webs. I gotta go get my REM pod and cat ball up before it starts raining too hard. Because it's raining, I don't know if you can see it. There's a light on in my car because my dash cam is on. There it was again. It skipped right past me. Somebody's throwing rocks. Yeah, I know. Somebody's throwing rocks. You think spirits is throwing rocks?
Hey, did you get the thing?
Huh?
There's a light. Baby ain't crying no more, but there's some lights right there in the back.
Well, that's a hiking trail, I think. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Somebody's throwing rocks. Threw a rock at me, at my legs, twice. It went skipping right beside me. Once inside the cemetery and one right there on the road. It's starting to rain pretty good, y'all. Are you... Shoot. I about fell down these steps. Again. Twice. Are you done? Are you done? Why? You scared?
No, I don't get scared, Cindy. I'm just trying to figure out what me and Donna keep seeing back there. I seen it like I was telling her. I was seeing lights all behind y'all when y'all all three were here and I was over there. And she keeps videotaping it.
Back there. It ain't a cricket. It sounds like two rocks rubbing.
That could be.
No, this was two rocks
Look, I
rubbing.
bet you if you stand here for a minute, they'll throw rocks at us.
You can tell the difference when there's, you know, when somebody's got two rocks and they've.
Oh.
Get the rock.
Maybe that little boy.
Is it the little boy? And you're mad?
We didn't do it to you. I'm sorry.
Sweetie, I'm sorry that it happened, but I
Edgar.
didn't do it.
Didn't I just see an Edgar? Up there.
But it's okay. I come in peace, sweetheart. Yeah,
There.
I hear it. It just rode down the road.
It sure did. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Can you do it again? Just don't hit us with them.
We know you're mad, and I come in peace, baby. With love and no disrespect. They had no right, sweetheart.
I'm so sorry.
1800s.
Was it in the 1800s? Is that when it happened?
Are you used to playing rocks with somebody?
Show us how far you can skip it.
By the sounds of it, and the looks of it, it looked like you can throw them pretty far.
Yeah. Did you fart? What was that?
Sounds like something you thought.
Oh my God, there's dogs. I just heard something go. Didn't you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you throw another rock for us? Skip it on the road? That's pretty cool.
I think when you threw that one a while ago, it at least made it to my feet.
I was thinking that it might have been this one. It's a struggle, he said.
I understand. Right there.
Look, this is one of those little marble rocks.
Yeah, he throws the marble rocks. He's throwing the marble rocks.
Yeah, and those are up there in the grave. On the graves. See? It's a little marble rock. It's not even road rock. Can you pick that up and throw it again? We'll back up. Can you do that for us? Thank you for letting us know that you're here. We're not scared. We're fascinated. What was it?
Sound like a rock up that way.
Yeah, I heard the rock. It's like they're clicking them together, ain't it?
Something like that.
It's not the crickets. It's a different sound. If you'll
Yeah.
listen, you can hear it close.
Can you please throw another rock on the road? Haunted. Is this place haunted? Are you haunting this place? We're not scared. We like to play games. You want to play Skip the Rock? There it is.
Yep.
Well, it went off in the grass. Can you do one straight down the road? We like playing Skip the Rock.
Takes a lot of energy.
There's more of us, it said.
How many kids?
How many are there? Oh, I think I took the app off. No, it's still on.
Attachment.
No, you can't attach to us. We're covered by the blood of Jesus. You're not allowed. But you can let us know that you're here. Skip another rock for us on the road.
Then we're not going to harm you.
We're talking to our cameras. Do whatever you want to do. Just let us know that you're here.
Watch out.
Watch out. What are we watching out for? Are you trying to warn us that we're in danger? I smell. What is that smell?
What is that smell?
It's like a flower. Roses or something?
In the continuance from the daytime video of Hell's Church, Part 1 Day, the grounds behind the church are even more problematic. The cult left symbols on the baptism pool walls. The 3 hours we spent there were without a doubt the most horrifying experience of our life. A wave of uneasiness hit us just on the church outskirts. We drove into the property. We noticed that we were the only ones there. When we got out of the car to go inside, we saw a woman walking towards us. We wondered where she came from because we didn't see a car. She told us she had parked off-site. Said she was with someone who stayed around the church to make sure kids like us didn't get into trouble. She asked us if we wanted a tour of the grounds. We said yes, and our night began. First, she took us to the church's front door, where she told us to knock on it to see if we could get the spirits to respond. We knocked, but I heard nothing. My girlfriend and Matt and Joseph said that they heard whispering and knocking when they approached the door individually. Jack, the one who didn't believe in anything, approached the door, making crude jokes and mocking the spirits before knocking on the door. After a few knocks, he turned to face us and started laughing. Then someone or something started banging on the door and pushing on it with so much force that the door bent. Everybody screamed and jumped back. We must have looked terrified because the guide asked us if we wanted to continue our tour. I wanted to leave, coward that I am, but my girlfriend and my friends didn't want to. So we continued. But no one, not even Jack, was making fun at this point. The guide led us further back into the woods to a pavilion behind the church. I remembered it was partially lit by a streetlight, but the other half was extremely dark, black. I don't know how to explain it, but something pulled me towards the darkness, and before I realized it, I was standing in the middle of the pavilion. My friends begged me to come out, but I couldn't. I was paralyzed. Even though it was pitch black, I could feel someone standing in front of me, but I couldn't see them. Then, out of nowhere, we all heard a child scream, "Help me!" My friend and I took off running. When we regrouped, the guide found us and asked if we wanted to continue the infamous baptism pool. Again, we said yes. Two by two, we started walking down the trail. I protested the whole way. It was eerie, but we kept walking. Then I heard a noise coming from the church. Just me, though. Couldn't figure out why no one else heard it. When I looked back, I saw a silhouette with arms as long as its legs, clinging to the side of the church like Spider-Man. It turned its head, and I could see its horns and red eyes. When it realized I saw it, it disappeared. I told my girlfriend, but she didn't believe me. When we got to the pond, the guide insisted that we not disrespect the spirits any further. Jack ignored that request and leaped into the water, threw his hands up, and mocked the spirits again. "You shouldn't have done that," the guide said before she led us into a call and response session. She chanted, "Spirits, if you are here, make yourself known." We waited. Nothing. "Spirits, if you're here, make yourself known." Jack climbed out of the pool. Then, out of nowhere, a loud screech cut through the air. We scrambled to turn on our flashlights. When we did, we found Jack doubled over on the ground, vomiting. He started hyperventilating. We couldn't get him to calm down. Then suddenly he stared off into space and said, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry." My friend and I picked him up and we rushed back to the car, up the trail through the darkness in silence. I could hear my heart pounding in my ears. We had almost reached the car when I saw the red glowing eyes again, this time right in front of me. I screamed at the top of my lungs, and the monster came right at me. So I closed my eyes and said a prayer thinking I was about to die. When I finally opened my eyes, it had disappeared. When we got to the car, we realized the guide hadn't followed us. We leaned Jack up against the car and caught our breath. I looked down at my hands. They were covered in blood. I looked at Jack, and through the streaks of moonlight, I could see that his entire back was drenched with blood. We pulled up his shirt to find claw marks. We hopped in the car and rushed him to the hospital. To this day, we all refuse to speak about what happened that night. The remnants of the claw marks are still etched into Jack's back.